Hello everyone, welcome to ViTech Talks. As part of AWS integration with MuleSoft series, we are going to talk about below real-time use case. What is the real-time use case here? We need to automate the process, okay? Whenever there is a file, is going to sit into S3 bucket, okay? So the previous use case, which we have discussed about a manual process, like we need to trigger from Postman or Thunder client. But in this use case, we are going to automate the process. Okay, automate the process to read CSV data from S3 bucket and insert into Snowflake. This is one of the real-time use case. Okay, the flow will be like this. Okay, so here the files keep on, it's going to insert into S3 bucket. So here we are using MuleSoft to read the files. Okay, it will read the file and it will insert into Snowflake. So how to automate this process? Okay, so this is what we are going to see today. Let's enter into the topic. So in order to complete this scenario, you need AWS account as well as Snowflake account. So in order to create AWS and Snowflake account, just go through our playlist. Okay. So if you are watching this video for the very first time, you can go to our channel ViTech Talks. So here I have created MuleSoft with AWS integration. This is one of the playlist. Okay. So this is the playlist which I have created. You can go through this playlist. You can go to this playlist and how to create AWS free tier account and how to generate access key and secret key and few use cases. Okay, I have explained here. Now, in order to achieve this use case, okay, first you can go to Anypoint Studio. I'm going to use my previous project itself. Okay, if you want, you can create new project. Go to File, click on New project here. So as soon as if we create the project, you can go to Amazon S3. If you are unable to find this Amazon S3, what you can do, you can go to search in Exchange, type Amazon, just type Amazon, the very first connector. Okay, just click on this one and click on add. Okay, and click on finish, so that you'll be able to see all these connectors here. So this is our previous use case which we have used. Okay, listener and get object, either we are using for each or bulk insert to insert the records into Snowflake. Now just observe here. Suppose you can assume this is my bucket. There are some files. Okay, there are 5 files. It's available, and there is some other process. It is going to keep on update your S3 bucket. Okay, so instead of doing listener, I mean manual process via Thunder client or Postman without manual intervention, we need to automate this. Now, in order to take the files automatically, what you can do, you can go to, okay, Amazon S3, the right side, on new object. Okay, on new object, yes, there is an on new object option here. There is an on new object here. So what it will do, see here, initiates a mule flow when object is created as Amazon S3. Okay, just drag this option. Okay, just drag this option. Now here you need to provide your bucket name. See this configuration details I have already configured here. My config dev.yaml access key and secret key. So in order to generate access key and secret key, I have already explained in a previous videos. Just go through it. Now need to provide bucket name. Okay, do you want to use this bucket or different bucket? Okay, that is up to you. Okay, I'm going to use, I'll take empty bucket here, bucket sample1. Let's see. Okay, no files here. I'm going to use this one. Then I'll configure this AWS bucket name. So in order to access external properties, $flower braces, the property name we need to provide. Now, is there any folders inside? No, nothing, right? Okay. Now, so as per testing purpose, okay. So here you can keep, okay, the scheduler size. So how scheduler is going to work? So based on your fixed frequency or cron expression, automatically it will check your process, right? The same way you can use fixed frequency or cron expression, that is depends on you. Here I'm going to use fixed frequency. I'm going to use, okay, just I will keep it as for every 1 minute. Every 1 minute, it will check, is there any new object is created? That means, is there any new file is loaded into your bucket? Now it's same as above only. Just add logger here. A new object trigger. So now the file is coming here. So we are reading the CSV file, right? Okay. The last use case we have seen how to convert CSV to JSON. This is our data wave code. The same way we are going to just I'm copying. Just take the transform message and copy the same code. Okay. So what it will do, it will read CSV data and convert into JSON. So why do we need to convert? So we need to map, right? Before inserting into Snowflake, we need to map that. Okay, that is the reason we are going to do this. Now, okay. Now you can use for each or directly you can use bulk insert. Here I'm going to use for each. Okay, inside this for each, I'm going to use Snowflake insert. Not bulk insert, normal insert, I'm going to keep it here. So here you need to provide your SQL. Let me copy from previous flow. Just do paste. Just keep here as payload. So what is the error? Let's see. Okay, it seems like it's a warning. Okay, no worries. So after completion of this process, I want to know whether it is completed or not. Okay. See, as many you want, you can keep the loggers. Flow is completed. And records inserted successfully. So it's very simple, just observe. So here we have configured at one time, okay, within time of intervals, either it is 1 minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes or 1 hour. You need to check from the bucket, is there any new file were added or not? Then it will read the data, it will transform it. Okay, we are reading the CSV file. Okay, this is very important, whether you are reading CSV or JSON. So if you are reading CSV data, then you need to convert into JSON format. So JSON format in it. Then we are processing one by one. I'm not using bulk insert here. See here in this process, you can use bulk insert or batch process. If we have millions of records, suppose you can consider there is a file, it contains 1 million records. Then for each is a not good idea. Okay. Then you need to use batch process and aggregator. Anyway, I have explained this concept in one of our real-time use case process. So you can go to our YouTube channel and go to playlist. So here you can see MuleSoft real-time use cases and issues. This is one of the playlist. If you have a time, then please go through it. Okay. So there I have explained when to use for each and when to use parallel for each and when to use batch process. Okay. Let me run this process. If you want, you can keep it in a debug or else you can run normally. So as of now, I'm not going to insert, I'm not going to upload any records into S3 bucket. Let's see. So meanwhile, you need to consider which table we are going to insert. We are going to insert into this table. Okay, let's see, is there any records are available or not. If we have records, then I'm going to delete those. Okay, there are 100 records. Let's delete. Okay, now it's 0. Now S3 bucket is also empty. Let's wait for a few seconds to get this one is deployed into your local machine. Okay. Okay, this payload, it is coming as e tag, bucket name. Okay, now it is deployed. Now it is deployed. And this flow also successfully started. Okay. So every 1 minute it is going to run. Every 1 minute it is going to run. Now the table is empty. I'm going to upload. Okay. Add file here. I'm going to upload one file here. Now S3 bucket contains one file. Okay. So our process is going to run. Okay, it is running, but it is failing. Okay. It is running, but it's a failing. Okay, let's see what is the issue. So if you observe here, why this one is failing? Okay, see what we are doing. We are reading the data. Okay, we are reading the data and we are going to convert into JSON. But if you observe payload, okay, so what is the value we are reading here? See, we are getting only bucket name. See, this is very important. We are getting only bucket name and the file name. So we are not getting any data. This way, what we need to do, okay, in this case, after getting bucket name, and key value, we need to read the data. In order to read data, we need to use get object here. Okay, you need to use get object. So here you need to configure bucket name and object name. I mean the object key. So here what we need to do, click on this fx payload dot bucket name. This is very important. Now payload dot key. Now you can see what is the value it will return. Okay, now we can see what is the value it will return and how we are going to convert and how we are going to process. Let me kill this process. And for testing purpose, I have changed this one as every 20 seconds. Okay, I'm going to run this one as in a debug mode. See, after using on new object, okay, on new object, it will return only the bucket name and file name. So based on that, you can use get object to read the data. Okay, to read the data. Okay, let's wait for a few seconds and we'll see how it is going to work here. Okay, every 20 seconds it is going to run. Okay, whenever there is a new file is going to sit into your bucket. Now what I will do, I'll delete this one because it's already processed. I mean, we have already read this one. So that is the reason it is not picking the same file. So what you can do, either you can upload, okay, I'll upload new file, add files here. Let me, so now I have uploaded new file, okay, new file, you can assume this one. See, so as soon as you have uploaded, okay, the file is uploaded into S3 bucket, the process is triggered. Now you can click on F6. So now you can see, so what is the payload here? See, bucket and the key, okay. So the key is employee data 2. Okay, now if you go to F6, so now the payload is changed. If you observe this one, see, now we are reading actual data. Okay, I want to process this. I want to process. So every time we are going to insert one record. It's like we are using for each, and insert concept. Okay, not bulk insert, or it's not a parallel for each. So that is the reason we are going to insert the records into in a sequential way. Now, if you want, I can go to Snowflake account and verify here. See, so far there are 7 records. So far there are 7 records. Now, I want to resume this one. Then you can click on this button so that all the records, it's going to insert. It's going to process. See, so far 22 records are processed. Next, 32, 40. So like this, it is going to process. Okay. Even if it is in a debug mode, if you click this button, okay, a resume button, then it will skip all the breakpoints and it is not going to process one by one anyway. So this way we can automate the process. Now what I will do, just observe here. I'll upload one more file. Okay, I'll upload one more file. So the file name is 3. See, here also we can automate. Okay, you can assume there is another MuleSoft API that is going to place the records into this bucket, or there is some other process it is going to insert. Okay, insert the file into S3 bucket. See, as soon as if you place that file, I have given the 20 seconds of interval. Within 20 seconds of interval, it will check from the bucket, is there any new file or added or not. See, once it is processed, it won't take that. Okay, bucket name, the key, observe this key. Okay, key means the file name. Now, click on F6 and see whether we are able to read the records or not. Okay, just observe here. So this one is the file data. This one is the file data. Now I'm going to click on F8. See, here we are not doing any manual intervention. Like, we are not triggering this API via Postman or Thunder client. So everything it is automated. Okay, everything it is automated. Now let's verify. So the first file contains 100 records and second file contains 100 records. Let's see how many records are processed so far. See, first file successfully it is processed, and the second file also. So far 50 records were inserted. Okay, so this way we can automate this one. This is one of the real-time use case, and it's very, very important in your real-time if you are using AWS S3 bucket. Okay, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching this. Happy learning.